So it's a nice morning here in Australia. It is 2:45 a.m. here on Treasure Island. Striker versus Eka. Striker spawning towards southwest. Eka in the northeast. So Eka, green trunks as Greeks once again. Striker whipping out the Norse. Looks like both of our players I'm gonna go for early spearmen here. No one's just gonna raw dog it straight to age 2. Eka, very clean start there. Getting the barracks straight away. Striker, I'm gonna start 50 wood down, so he's gonna have to try and get a little bit more wood here. And in fact, because he hasn't gone for another wood gatherer here, yeah, it could be a little bit faster getting the barracks. Did he go up to? I don't think he went up to 4 on the wood line there. Oh, still really clean stuff. He's gonna have the melee scout come back and help build too, so this will really speed things up. Eka's already going to have a spear out in the field by the time Striker starts spear production. In fact, he'll be over 1 spear ahead in that regard. And the Greek and the Norse spears have got pretty similar stats. I think the Norse spears just got an extra 10 health or 10 less health. They're pretty much the same. Oh yeah, 55 resources at 35 and 20 versus 60 resources at 45 and 15. Actually, Norse spears have got more health. Oh, and they got less damage. That's right. So they got 30 more health, 1 less damage. They are a little bit cheaper. That Norse scout really putting in a bit of work there for Striker, harassing one of Eka's spearmen. Striker adding his first longhouse there. Eka already got a house, obviously a little bit cheaper. Striker going to be delayed getting a spearman because of that longhouse, but almost inevitable. It's really hard, the Norse early game. Trying to maintain that constant production. As long as you don't interrupt your vil production generally. There's, you know, very few occasions where interrupting your vil production to get out one last military unit is a good idea. Usually you're just best off delaying the military unit. Usually. Striker gonna chip away at Eka's scout there. He's got the 6 spears. Eka's all the way up to 8. Did manage to pick off that Norse scout too, so that'll be nice. For Eka restricting Striker to just the 1 scout, it means you can't really get intel on both whether or not Eka's going for a dock, as well as checking the base at the same time. So it's sort of one of the advantages Norse has on maps like this. So Striker trying to get this forward hunt rather than going for the 1 off to the side here. But he's going to have to try and hold on to it, considering Eka 9 spears to 7. The villagers having to retreat there. They should be okay too. And now the armies clashing. Eka probably eventually have to back out here, but I think things may have gone well enough initially that no, he doesn't have to. He did only have 2 spears forcing off the villagers there, which is a really good idea. He's not over-investing in trying to snipe the villagers then. Just knew exactly what he wanted to do there and to actually win the fight. So Striker down to 6 spears, Eka on 8 with more crossing the field. He's pretty much delayed that storehouse Striker been going for a dock in the meanwhile, but Eka, well aware of it, and now he's going to try and delay any early food income from that. Striker trying to go for 2 fishing boats before age up. Eka just going for the age up. And with some good micro here, Eka might be able to pick off this dock. Because again, he does actually have that military advantage. So 6 to 9, the spear count at the moment. So Eka should be okay to try and take this down. At the same time, Striker's going to be able to repair the dock and harass with the fishing boat. Striker keeping an eye on Eka's waterline there. Eka keeping an eye on the hunt. And Eka's going to make sure that Striker can't go on either hunt. At least if Striker's going to be able to commit to the fishing. But age 2 now for Eka, while Striker's still in age 1, so Eka's going to have access to counter infantry with the high pass burst. Well, Striker at this stage can only make the spears till he gets that age up. He's up to 40 pop now and still stuck in age 1. Oh yeah, he can afford age 2 now. But with 3 fishing boats, Striker should be able to repair the dock through this, so instead Eka gonna just try and focus down army here. A lot of those spears are quite low. Neither civ has access to early healing here. These are the 2 civs that have probably got the slowest access to healing in the game, I'd say. Yeah, they would be. They're the only ones that you don't get any form of age 2 healing. They are the brute force at civs. Strike up to 10 units there, but Eka's got 11, including a high pass burst and another on the way in, so this fighting is really going to favour the Greek player here. The Norse player does have the gathering advantage, 29 to 27, the eco count. So under pressure, Striker is doing really well at the moment, but Eka, a scary force here. Throwing Axeman now starting to get on the field. So double barracks here for Striker. Eka just on the 1 military production building, but he's already up to 2 town centers. And he is even going to try and focus down this dock if he can. But Striker, he does have that warship there. So Eka's not going to be able to get it. Striker not really wanting to engage at the moment. He could sneak in and throw an Axeman or 2 here in production, but opting not to. He's wanting to get long ships because Eka also now has a dock. The players both with warships. Striker does have those fishing boats, so he can repair his warships as well. Eka does not have that luxury, but at the same time, Eka does have a very slight advantage in the army on the field and does have his second town center already. So 33 vills to 37 favouring Eka. Eka starved for a bit of food here. Striker's going to struggle for gold though, I think. What's going on? Ah, okay. So Eka, at the moment, is leading in terms of the warship count. Can afford to sneak one more in too. Striker got his 3rd one there, training. His town center's on the way. Keeping the scout alive, keeping an eye on some mid-map resources there. Eka's still single. Oh yeah, there we go. He's got the range. I was going to say single military production, but no, he does have the range. I think Eka's actually going to try and bait out a fight on the water here and then have the infantry go the dock anyway. Try and force Striker to leave the base with his 10 military compared to the 13 there of Eka. He'll be able to start following up with Toxotes, while Striker's got to try and afford a stables and afford warship production here. So I think Eka is slightly ahead at this point. 38 bills to 33. Here we go. So Eka, yeah, is going to come in and snipe the longship straight away. So he has the advantage here on the water of 2 warships. Striker might even be best off trying to focus down the military on the land here if he thinks he can't defend this, and he might not be able to. Eka's going to be able to get the dock. In fact, he might even be able to just cancel it. Yeah, and he does cancel it. He can afford to do so. Oh, the 2 spears aren't taking the fight though, which is interesting. But ultimately, the Greek army does clean this up. So Eka holding on to the water there. Striker. Second TC is finished now, and he is actually just going to gather the stone for... I wonder what he's trying to do here. Oh, he's going to actually get them on the food. Bit of a mis-rallying there. Oh, this is so close. That plays side by side here, and Striker trying to take the boar. Eka just keeping his army there for safekeeping, but he's also low. He could have been cleaned up there. He's got a lot of really low units. And our players, no healing until age 3 as these 2 factions. Eka will be keen to get on the water there. It'll alleviate his food eco problems. It'll really impact Strikers, who's down 40 overall population, 50 pop, and 38 vills to 95 pop and 52. Bearing in mind, that looks worse than it is because Eka has 6 pop tied up in warships that now, other than basically denying Strikers' ability to get a... Striker... Oh, there, I was going to say... Yeah, that queued up behind 2 villages and nothing queued up in the other TC there. It's a bit of a weird situation to put yourself in. But yeah, other than denying a dock going down for Striker, these guys are just eating up population space. So Eka's really only on 105 population effectively. Still, it does look quite bad for Striker at the moment. Forced to go to age 3. No stables. Just adding a range now. But I don't know if that'll be able to stop this onslaught. Eka already has a stables too, so he'll be able to deny a tech switch to ranged units. He'll be able to get a lot of ranged units of his own. This double range. So plenty of Toxotes. Now he's going in. Striker reacting really quickly there, not messing around. He knows he hasn't got the army to take a fight yet. He needs to get some of these bowmen out. And in fact, he probably could even just produce more barracks units while he's at it. Because, I mean, he does have plenty of food in the bank. So, just restarting that throwing axeman production, or even getting some spears because Eka already has the saris. Maybe even adding a handful of skirms while he's waiting for the age up. Because, like, Eka's now going to have plenty of bowmen of his own. He's going to have those Toxotes. So the triple bowman production is going to start for Striker. But Eka, he's happy to just get straight up to 160 pop and try and take an engagement here. In fact, having the saris means he's got all the freedom in the world to just raid. Prevent Striker from leaving his base, which is really going to break Striker in the long run. He needs to be able to get resources from somewhere. Got to access the food and the gold here, or the food and the gold here. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to gather anything at all. Transitioning to Hajars now as well. Maybe that was why he was holding up the resources, because the throwing axemen don't scale as well as the Hajars. But even still, he's down by so much population that I think Eka can just push here. Getting Spear Champ, H3 on the way. Philosophy. Adding an armory now as well. Striker in the meanwhile. I can't see an armory yet at all. So neither player terribly quick with investing in upgrades. Striker going to deal with that little raid of some Toxotes, but at the same time, this little defensive force gets picked off. Well, Saris, GG. Striker tapping out there. He's just behind by too much. Eka really booming up quite well on the water through all this. And GG.